So after playing and beating Tekken 7 story mode, I think it's quite clear to say that Kazuya, or most likely Devil Kazuya, will be the final boss of Tekken 8, if the events of Tekken 7 are anything to go off of. But just as a recap, at the end of Tekken 7, Heihachi gets his shit pushed in by Kazuya, and after that we see Jin, Lee, Lars, and Elisa hang out on top of a rooftop, reflecting on how shitty things are, and saying that G Corporation has probably no intentions of ending the war. Jin steps out of the shadows to tell everybody that he's ready to fuck up Kazuya for the most part, and he seems to have apparent control over the devil gene. That's all fine and dandy, but we still have yet to see a fully added Devil Kazuya character in the game yet. We have his transformed state, but it's not exactly the strongest. In fact, I would argue that since Tag 2, in this game as well, since they've added it, it hasn't really added much to the character, I guess you could say. Kazuya already is a solid character in Tekken 7 and in Tag 2 as well. Tekken 6 Kazuya struggled quite a bit, but he was solid nonetheless. He was missing a couple tools, but it seems like as Kazuya mains, he's always missing a couple tools, but that's what makes him fun and a little bit more technical. So what I wanted to focus on with this video was hopefully we can find a way to make either Tekken 7 Kazuya strong, or just specifically make Tekken 8 Kazuya, or Devil Kazuya possibly, a much stronger, more viable character. Actually, before I forget, I want to mention that Devil Kazuya was entirely playable back in, I believe, Tekken 2, maybe Tekken Tag as well. Yeah, in Tekken Tag as well, and I think the only one he wasn't in Tekken 3 either. But the character has existed, but it just so happens that Bandai Namco or Rod or whoever the hell, they decided to give people who missed Devil Kazuya, they gave that character to Devil Jin, and ever since that character's even sprung up, since about Tekken 5, he's arguably the best Mishima. He has Kazuya's 50-50 game, and he has Heihachi's damage, and he's a rather technical character to use. But over time, I started out as a Devil Jin main, but I've stopped because I didn't exactly, how do I say this, he's not as technical as Kazuya, I would say. He has a lot more tools at his disposal, which makes him a stronger character. But he's got a few panic moves now, and I believe they were added back in I think Tekken 6, maybe Tekken Tag 2. And the moves make the character feel like you don't have to be as precise as you need to be. For example, if you fuck up his electric, you can still get a launch off of almost the exact same command, just without the crouch dash. And I don't know, shit like that to me, or his really crazy move where he flies up into the air, where he's like invulnerable for that split second, and it's very, it starts very low to the ground. Those sorts of moves for Devil Jin have never really been a favorite of mine, and especially whenever you fight online, you see them spammed a lot. And to me, I think it fucks up the credibility of the character. But then again, we've seen quite a lot of Devil Jins in tournaments, I think probably more than ever, if not almost as much as in Tekken 5 DR. Kazuya was always supposed to be a character who is strong when the player has good fundamentals and a good idea of how to mix up the opponent. Notably, Kazuya's Hell Sweep has a 50-50 mix-up between being ended with an expected mid, guaranteeing 36 damage, or a second low that if it connects leads to slightly bigger damage if you get the combo right. Kazuya's other big move is his lightning fast Electric Wind God Fist, or EWGF, which I believe is the fastest of all the Mishimas. The versatility of this move is unparalleled, so I'll make this brief. It's a quick, high launcher with very minor evasive properties. If you dash in just right, it becomes a very scary whiff-punishing tool, no matter the Mishima, but with Kazuya especially if you have the execution to pull off his harder combos, like the 3 electric combo, which I sadly cannot demonstrate. I don't even have to mention the combo potential if you master the perfect Electric Wind Godfist, as someone like Lord Reinhardt or Main Man Sweet could demonstrate far better than I. Kazuya's mids are just fine as well, but I only find myself using back 2 and down forward 4 to poke, of course. And of course, down forward 2 to punish and counter hit. This is the current state of Kazuya as of Season 2 of Tekken 7. He has a short move list, of course, but unlimited potential if you ask me, as his simplicity is key. Now that being said, I want to focus on how to make Kazuya better, if not for Tekken 7, then for sure Tekken 8. Kazuya, unlike any other character, has a transformation. When in rage, in Tekken 7, holding up back 1+2 will cause Kazuya to enter his Devil Kazuya form. This form was introduced all the way back in Tag 2, but hints of him having control date back to Tekken 2 obviously. One of my favorite callbacks for the Devil Kazuya form is a secret eye laser move that can be performed in Tekken 6 if you give Kazuya a customization that gives him these goofy ass glasses. If you want to keep things simple, I'll keep all my move list changes to Devil Kazuya, the transformation, instead of making him his own character like Devil Jin. As it stands, Devil Kazuya is only accessible when Kazuya has rage. I don't understand this change, as Devil Kazuya in Tag 2 was always available, and not all that different from regular Kazuya. To be honest, Devil Kazuya is arguably not even much stronger, other than his standing twin pistons, which are given automatic bound on hit. So the first change I would make is to make the devil form always available, but make it so that the character cannot switch out of it until the round is over. There was a move that Kazuya got from Jinpachi, which was his reverse bear hug, forward 1+2, which is quite strong in Tag 2 due to the bound system. But in Tekken 7 it's a rather lackluster move. It's safe and grants a combo and hit, but it's hard to find where I should place this move, since Kazuya keeps his wall rising too, which, while punishable, is more useful to me. Keeping with this theme of taking good old Jinpachi's moves, I think the next changes should come directly from his move list. Devil Kazuya should get Jinpachi's down 2-1 with a launching 4 or 3 high extension. He should get Jinpachi's down back 2-1, Jinpachi's back 4 for Kazuya's back 4 and make it launch on counter hit. He should get Jinpachi's throw that hits crouching opponents 1+3. He should get Jinpachi's mid-air throw, Jinpachi's forward 1+2 and take away Kazuya's forward 1+2 because it's fucking useless. And finally make Kazuya's sidestep 1+2 jawbreaker give a crumple stun on counter hit like Steve's back 1. To me, a good Devil Kazuya would feel just like Jinpachi Mishima in Tag 2. If you remember from Tag 2, Jinpachi had a lot of range. He had really good, like really big damage whenever he could land his combos, and his shit was super unsafe, so it kind of made up for it. He kind of kept you guessing a lot, but at the same time, more often than not, he was just played as a strong secondary character. He could be filler for pretty much any other partner in that game, and he would steamroll people. The one move that I wouldn't give Devil Kazuya though is his Jinpachi's down forward 2, I believe, which is his Wind God Fist. That move, which if you remember correctly, it just has no execution to it. You can just throw it out and more likely than not it'll hit, and the range was just exceptional. That move to me is a little bit too good to just give away to somebody like Kazuya, who's always been a very execution heavy character. I would say keep his electric Wind God Fist high, the way that it is when he's not transformed, because it's, for what it is, it's fine. You don't really need to mess with it. Making it mid and unsafe just means that you're not, at least to me, you almost don't even want to use it, because while I believe it's 13 frames on block, it feels too unsafe, and for a move that's so that has so much purpose with Kazuya, it doesn't make sense to turn it into something unsafe, which it kind of already is anyway, since it's a high move and it's very easily duckable. But yeah, I just made this video to talk about changes that I would like to see to the Devil transformation. I've been giving it a little bit more thought, and I'm probably going to make another video where I discuss if he was his own character, if Devil Kazuya gets his own character much like Devil Jin, exactly which changes should happen, and how different he should feel from regular Kazuya, and whether or not he should be largely unsafe, if he should be a little bit more beginner friendly. I'm not sure. For the most part though, I would imagine that he would still retain he would still retain Kazuya's amazing 50-50 game, with just a couple more moves to make him either more unsafe or make him more poke heavy, but nothing that would change a character too drastically. I love Kazuya and I love all of his moves and have a great time using them. So I don't want to see anything too crazy happen to him. I just wish his wish his devil form got a little bit more love from Bandai Namco. But yeah, thanks for watching.
Oh shit!